What is FIRPTA, Foreign Investment in Real Property Tax ACT? For anyone involved in buying or selling U.S. real estate, FIRPTA is a term that can't be ignored, especially in a city like New York, where foreign investment is strong. FIRPTA governs tax obligations that impact both buyers and foreign sellers and plays a central role in ensuring that real estate transactions involving foreign individuals comply with U.S. tax law. When a foreign person sells U.S. real estate, FIRPTA may require the buyer to withhold up to 15% of the sale price and remit it to the IRS. This withholding can be substantial, and non-compliance may lead to serious financial consequences. That's why navigating FIRPTA with the help of a knowledgeable attorney is essential. Legal requirements and responsibilities under FIRPTA. FIRPTA is a federal law enacted in 1980 to prevent foreign individuals and corporations from avoiding taxes on profits made from the sale of U.S. real property. Before FIRPTA, foreign sellers paid no capital gains tax when selling U.S. property, which was seen as giving them an unfair advantage. Today, under Section 897 of the Internal Revenue Code, foreign sellers are taxed on any gain from U.S. property sales. Buyers are responsible for withholding a portion of the sales price and filing IRS Form 8288 within 20 days of closing. This withheld amount is held by the IRS until the foreign seller files a U.S. tax return to determine the actual tax owed. If the amount withheld exceeds the liability, the seller may receive a refund. Failure to withhold or file properly can lead to penalties. The law firm you work with should guide you through this to ensure compliance and reduce risks. How FIRPTA works. Understanding the key rules. FIRPTA requires foreign sellers to pay a withholding tax, commonly 15% of the total sale price, on any sale of U.S. real estate. However, there are exceptions and different rates based on the sale price and property use. If the sale price is under $300,000 and the buyer intends to use the property as a residence for more than 50% of the first 2 years, FIRPTA may not apply. For properties sold between $300,000 and $1 million, the withholding rate is 10%. For sales above $1 million, the full 15% must be withheld. To reduce or waive this withholding, a foreign seller can apply for a FIRPTA withholding certificate using IRS Form 8288B. This must be done before closing. If approved, the buyer may place the funds in escrow while awaiting a decision. Applying for a certificate requires detailed transaction documentation, including the sales contract, settlement statements, and reasons for requesting a reduction. What is FIRPTA? FIRPTA stands for the Foreign Investment in Real Property Tax Act. It applies to any foreign individual or entity that disposes of a U.S. real property interest. This includes not only physical properties like buildings and land but also interests in entities like corporations that own U.S. real estate. A U.S. real property interest can include ownership in land, mines, wells, and equipment tied to real estate, as well as shares in corporations that hold real estate. However, interests in domestically controlled qualified investment entities like REITs may be exempt, provided less than half of their equity has been held by foreign persons during a specified period. Understanding whether a transaction involves a U.S. real property interest is crucial because it determines if FIRPTA applies. A lawyer can help clarify this and assist with preparing the necessary documents. If the foreign seller does not comply with FIRPTA and the buyer fails to withhold the tax, the IRS may pursue the buyer for the full withholding amount. That's why it's important that both parties know their obligations, and why it's often best to work with an attorney familiar with FIRPTA's complexities. At the end of the day, working with a law firm that understands FIRPTA can help you avoid delays, penalties, and financial setbacks. An experienced attorney will help you prepare accurate paperwork and meet IRS deadlines. For guidance with FIRPTA compliance in your real estate transaction, contact Sishodia PLLC at 833-616-4646. Visit our office at 600 3rd Avenue, 2nd floor, New York, 10016, United States.